Oh, shit.
Welcome, everyone. Hello and welcome.
Wait.
Hi.
Wait, what?
Oh,
What's going on?
holy smokes. What are we doing here? What's...
What the hell's going on here, man? I was sitting there having a nice talk with you. All of a sudden, you're like, welcome. What's going on? Did I miss the memo? Is something happening?
No. What do you mean? It's another week in the BRG podcast.
Oh, yeah, huh? Another week. Wait a minute.
Oh, my God. All right.
Something feels a little off here, man. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Get a little closer. I want to see some. Do you have more gray hair on your face since last week?
Yeah. In the beard, especially.
Yeah. No, I'm like, what the hell? The fuck is going on, man?
It's like we time traveled.
Uh-oh. Bad things have happened. Bad things have happened, Kara. Hey! Holy shit, dude. So yeah, hi everybody. Welcome back.
Hello. This is for real. We're not kidding right now.
I mean, this might be a little shock to you because we've been planning this for a little while and it's still kind of a shock to us. But yeah, we're back. Against better judgments and probably just, general good judgment, here we are. We decided to go ahead and refresh and relive and all that good stuff. And I mean, there's a lot to it. Actually, so first of all, welcome back, guys. For all the people who are going to possibly join us tonight, which I do hope that somebody does, as well as people who are going to watch us after the fact on our YouTube channel. Welcome. It's been quite a while, as many of you may know. And yeah, this is actually for reals. We're not pranking. It's well past April 1st. So there was some talk about starting on April 1st just for shits and giggles. But but anyways, we're actually going to be talking a lot more about the holy shit, why in the hell are you streaming? Why is this back and all that in a little bit here? That's just going to be our main topic tonight. However, in keeping up with tradition, so to speak, we are going to go ahead and kick things off in the good old fashioned traditional manner, which means we're going to go ahead and dive into our little quick bites here, or quick bits, or shit. What the hell do you call this?
No, we're just moving into the news.
Into the news.
All right, guys, here we go. Okay. So, in case you guys haven't heard, Jason Momoa is in negotiations to star in a Minecraft movie. This is insane. So basically, what's happened?
I've heard of this guy.
Yeah, Jason Momoa. Yeah, of course. There's actually, according to the article from Engadget, there haven't actually been any, documents signed yet or anything like that. But the rumor is that Jason Momoa will be starring in the Minecraft movie. Now, this Minecraft movie's been around or in plans a really, really long time. But then it was shelved back in 2014 when the director at that time, as well as some of the screenwriters, walked off, basically. But right now, they're saying that Napoleon Dynamite's director Jared Hess, as well as Dune producers Mary Parent and Roy Lee, are on board for it. And that's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. As far as a storyline goes, the only thing that they had reported in here was that Mojang was saying the Ender Dragon goes on a rampage to destroy everything, and some young lady with her band of adventurers set up to just, prevent that from happening, which is kind of crazy because I don't know how Momoa is going to fit as the star if the young lady is the main thing. So
he's going to be the dragon.
He's going Oh, that's awesome.
More power to him. It seems like just in general, there's a lot of games becoming movies, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna fuck with Kirok here because I'm gonna switch.
Hey, look,
switch things up a little bit, just kind of keeping theme.
Just so you know, yeah. Well, I was gonna say Walden joined, and he goes, "Hey, it's the guy from Stargate," and that's right. He is the guy from Stargate.
Yeah. Hey, Walden, how you doing, my friend? Man, it's been a long freaking time, man. good to see some familiar faces, so to speak. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to screw with Kirok here, just kind of skipping down the line here a little bit, but keeping it script with games coming movies. Another game that's going to become a movie. This is a little bit of an odd one for me, but Streets of Rage. You ever heard of that one? I told you I was going to screw with you, man.
You did. You just did. All right, good stuff.
Come on, kid. Keep up, man. We're not talking about Pokemon yet.
No, yes. Sorry.
So, Streets of Rage, for everybody who hasn't heard of this game, you're obviously either way too freaking young or have some memory loss. Actually, we're kind of in that age now where you have a bunch of people that are too young to understand some of this shit, and you have some people that are too old, they're starting to forget a lot of this shit.
That's true, too.
I'll be honest with you. I love Streets of Rage. Actually was a game I played a lot in the arcades. I dumped a lot of cores into. I'll be honest with you. It was... I had no idea just how amazing the game was in terms of it making a hit in the whole side-scroll fighting genre. It was a source to be reckoned with for a lot of games. It was a standard by what a lot of other games went by. But yeah, they're turning it into a movie, and I'm a little bit flummoxed by this because the storyline of this game has never been stellar by any stretch of the imagination. My first thought is this cannot be anything more than some horrible B-rated movie, and yet this is happening with scripts from the creators of John Wick on board.
Yes,
so that's
confused. Excited. No, but that excites me. Imagine the John Wick movies have been great hand-to-hand fighting scenes.
Well, okay, but these are the script writers from John Wick, so we'll see what the choreographers do.
Okay,
but
true.
We'll see where that goes. So I don't know. Maybe something interesting will come of this. I don't know at this point. Hey,
so
Kirok,
yeah.
Since I took yours, you want to take the other movie one that's down the list to mess with you a little further?
I'm trying to remember which one that is. Give me a sec here.
Netflix and Exploding Kittens.
Is that the other movie? Are you kidding? Okay, all right.
So Netflix and Exploding Kittens are pairing up to not only create a mobile game, but also an animated series. I can't even begin to understand how and why these...
They're doing an anime series too?
Yes. Oh my God. I'm at a complete loss here, because, I mean, I know there has been a renaissance of decent to respectable movies that came out. They were from an anime... from a game or things like that. I think we're starting to find that kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel thing going on here. And don't get me wrong, I have a Netflix account. I like Netflix. Hulu's a little better right now, just saying. And I really do like Exploding Kittens. It is a spectacular, fun game. I do really enjoy it. But yeah, so Netflix is partnering with them to, first of all, do a Netflix mobile game, which... I mean, okay, Netflix has a studio. They can pump out games. They have a grand total currently of 17 games under their belt. And to get to those games, you can just go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store and download them directly. But yeah, so this is going to be a mobile game. And there's also going to be an anime series, which is going to be adult rated, typical of, at least for their...
Okay.
Netflix has had a lot of content coming out that's Netflix specific content that is mature. Things like Big Mouth, for example, is very mature for adults kind of animation. So this is probably going to be right in theme with this. So I'll be very curious to see how it comes out. I'll be honest with you, Netflix has been very hit and miss with me personally. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, so there you go. I do love...
Yeah, go ahead.
The synopsis. An animated series titled Exploding Kittens. The eternal conflict between heaven and hell reaches its epic proportions when both God and devil are sent to Earth in the embodiment of chunky house cats.
I was going to say, you're talking to a guy who does not have Netflix, though. And everyone, when I tell them that, they're like, "What?" All right. Oh. Speaking of games, I'm gonna move on to a game. Snoop Dogg is added to Call of Duty in time for 420. So today is the 22nd. Actually, I think today is Earth Day, if I'm not mistaken. But this was 2 days ago. Yeah, this was 2 days ago. And apparently they added Snoop Dogg to Call of Duty Vanguard, and yeah, so Snoop Dogg is a fully playable operator. You can level him up. You can do everything you can with other operators in the game. He has voice calls, a bio listing, and his favorite pastimes are smoking, painting, and K-pop.
K-pop.
Okay, hold on. This is the best part. He hold on. He has his own specialized weapons. It's right there in the article. He has a Bong Ripper sniper rifle, the West Coast Bling assault rifle, and the Shiznit submachine gun. I mean,
really?
I mean, really? Come on. My brother has the game. I should ask him to load it up. I should ask him to load it up.
Seriously. I don't even know where to begin with this. This is so like horribly cliche, and I would argue borderline almost offensive. But in order to use his likeness and his name, they had to get sign off by him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He must have been fucking high when he signed off on this shit.
Or they're paying him a ton of money.
Little column A, little column B. Okay, I don't judge. Yes, I do. Hey, talking about games, since that is kind of the thing we do here. Let's talk about Pokemon Company buying the own trading card company.
Oh, the Pokemon, they bought who?
The Pokemon Company has bought the Pokemon Trading Card Company. Sort of. Actually, the Pokemon Company, which is actually the company that owns the rights to Pokemon, has actually purchased the Millennium Print Group, which is the company that basically prints the Pokemon playable card game. So they have actually bought that game, or that company, and are now planning on pumping out a lot more stuff. They've already made a pledge to print more cards in the new year this year. So they said the demand is still really high. They do have a lot of plans going forward. So apparently Pokemon, the card game, is still very much alive and very much still kicking, at least enough for them to want to actually purchase the rights, or purchase the company that's making them to make it more efficient.
I had no idea that they were two separate companies. I thought it was still all one because of that. Or like because it's Pokemon, right?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
That's pretty sweet.
Go figure.
Yeah. And you remember our friend Nacho Panda? He's been on the show before.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes,
sometimes when he does streams, he cracks open these packs, and he's just like the whole stream, just cracking them open and going through the cards. It's a pretty big deal.
I have been told that.
Yeah.
I played Pokemon a little bit, and I'll be honest with you, I come from the old guard of Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, just a little bit on the simple side for me, but
gotcha.
Nevertheless, still enjoyable. The cards are very pretty, so I can't complain too much. Hey, Kirok.
Yeah.
You hear AMD's cranking out a new low-profile Space Saver graphics card?
No, I didn't.
Yes, sir.
A new graphic card at this time, while we have all these graphics cards available.
I know. There's just so many out there. Why not throw one more out there? And this is a great thing. It is advertised as and really promoted as a space-saving graphics card. I love this for a couple of reasons. First of all, in case you guys like had your head under a rock for the last 2 years, there's been a bit of a silicon crisis where a lot of things related to needing chips doesn't exist. There's actually a dearth of video cards available in the higher end ranges. There's even parking lots full of cars that can't be sold because they don't have the chips they need to run the computers for these cars. So It's been kind of a problem. So of course, in AMD's infinite wisdom, they decided to go ahead and put out another line of cards here. Whether that really make a big difference or not, I don't know. The funny thing is they're first of all, they're really, really pitching hard on this as a space savings graphics card. It's a single wide graphics card, Kirok. You remember back in the day when you saw a 2-wide and that was like, God, it's a chunker.
Yep. Hell, isn't
now they're like 3-wide?
Yeah, 3090 Ti is a 3-wide. Three and a bit, actually.
So, kids, back in my day, this is how wide graphics cards were normally.
Yeah, my God, holy smokes!
On top of that, this card is a very, very modest MSRP of $159. Now, that said, I will almost bet you dollars to turnips that being what the market is right now, that you won't see any of these for anything less than, I'll be pleasant and say under 200.
Oh yeah.
Just because if you can find them, everything's inflated right now, just for no good reason. And to be fair, these are not like major gaming cards. These are better than onboard chips.
Yeah.
Like the built-in native graphics on your Intel i7, but not by a whole lot. So it's like,
you said 200. I was going to ask, is when you say $200, are you talking Canadian rupees or are we talking like?
No, we're talking freedom bucks. We always talk freedom bucks.
Okay, gotcha.
Everybody knows freedom bucks. Nobody understands the Canadian kopeck.
Yeah, the money here is colorful, and that's about it. It's just like red and blues and purples.
Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So great. So you have a low profile, a low power, space saving graphics card for the cheap that isn't likely going to be cheap when it comes out and might be available somewhere.
All right. Talking about small and kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Small.
We're talking about that.
I'm going to talk about the Playdate.
Oh.
So have you heard of this thing?
Oh my God. I saw it and I started to read, I got distracted, but please explain this to me, Kirra, because I'm very curious.
So it is, and this is why I'm what I meant small, like it is a tiny, you can see it in the photo. It's a tiny little machine with a black and white screen. So it's not a colored screen. It's a black and white LCD. It's very highly reflective and it does not have a backlight. And that's important. I'll get to that in a second. But it's essentially a game system or a handheld system that is released by the company Panic, the same guys that made the video game Firewatch and the video game Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, same guys. They also make a few other pieces of software for an FTP software called Transfer or I can't remember. Anyways, so the system is non-backlit, and I've watched a few reviews myself, and they say that one of the reviews I was watching, they were like, what are they thinking? Because you have to be in a well-lit room for it to work. But it is very highly reflective. So as long as the light's hitting it right, you can see a good contrast between the white and the black. Otherwise, if you're in a dark room or if you're in a room where someone's watching a movie and they have the lights down, there's no way you can play this game. A thing that makes it unique is the little crank that you see on the side, which is added in video games creatively. So by doing cranks, you can initiate certain actions in the video games. And the device is tiny, fits in like a breast pocket, has USB-C for charging, about 4 gigs of hard drive or solid state space, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. So it takes like the old style black and white Game Boy into the modern era, you could say. Oh, goodness. Hold
Hey,
on.
Mancor.
Lady M just followed the channel. Thank you, Lady M, for the follow.
Hi.
And welcome.
Welcome to the group. Happy to see your face. Hey, okay. So first of all, love the idea of this. Love the fact that
there's a little more I want to tell you, but go ahead.
Well, okay. Fill me in here because I'm looking at something. Is this a platform that other companies can produce for?
Yes, so good. Okay, first off, it retails for $179 US. Freedom Bucks, I mean. Sorry, Freedom Bucks. The plan is when you buy it for $179, you get 24 games. They are all tiny games. They're not AAA title, crazy games. But the way the way it works is you get 2 games every week. So for a total of 12 weeks, you get two new games.
Okay.
So it basically, you go to it and it's like an inbox and you go, oh, there's something for me here. You unwrap it. Literally, it gives an animation of an unwrap and then you play a game. It is going to be open source, so anyone can actually go to their website and download the software necessary to make something for it. I don't know how they're going to distribute that, but I didn't really read into that too much. But it's a pretty cool concept.
Bluetooth, USB, there's got to be a way.
Yeah,
I like the idea of it.
It's pretty neat. It's a pretty cool idea.
It's a cool idea. It's going to be something that's I'm going to guess kind of geared towards our gen, but whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, I digress. I like the idea of it. I certainly do promote things like this. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. I'm not going to go running out and buy it myself per se, but I do like quirky little fun things like this. So I can't mock them. I'll be honest with you. I wonder if anybody's going to make a like a redo of some of the old games we played. Like, I don't know, like Crazy Taxi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Hold on.
Segue.
Yeah, I got. Yeah. I keep thinking I'm watching your show. No, that was ADDF Toxic.
Yeah. So reportedly, there's a big budget reboot for Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set
about
Radio.
This?
I remember Crazy Taxi. I don't remember. I remember the name Jet Set Radio, but I don't know the game.
So I spent more time than I really probably should have watching Crazy Taxi with some friends of mine. This is one of those games I really, really enjoyed, but all of my memories of it are sitting back, relaxing, and watching my friends play.
Okay.
This was very common for like Crazy Taxi and the early GTAs. I had a lot of fun just sitting back and watching, because for me it was like watching TV.
I know the feeling,
but I can have input on what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, so. I found the little time I actually played Crazy Taxi to be unusually stressful. I'll be honest with you. Time trial type stuff has always put a little stress in me, so I just kind of stay away from it. But nevertheless, there's actually quite a few games that Sega is going to be reamping. So good on them for that. It was a popular title. I hope they bring it back in all its glory with the wonderful radio station music that went along with it, because that was a big thing with Crazy Taxi, was good music to go with it. So good on for that, and we'll see what happens with it. A lot of these things when they talk about reboots,
hopefully,
you might see it later. 50-50 shot, maybe.
I don't know. I'm wondering if when they redo it, what systems they're going to release it on.
I don't know, whatever's currently popular. I'm going to guess, whatever the current PS and whatever the current Xbox is. Maybe
Steam. So something like the Steam Deck.
Huh?
I
wonder, because I've been a little disconnected from the game world in some senses. I'm not really sure if Sega's really ever put anything out on Steam.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're because they've developed some games and put stuff on other systems. Well, I mean, at this point,
that's what they went to.
Yeah, exactly. They're no longer a hardware company.
Pour one out for Dreamcast.
I have it. So, anyways, that said, speaking of the Stream Deck, oh, by the way, I've ordered one, but I still haven't got my email yet.
Shocked, I say. What's Steam Deck? What is this? Kirok, just yesterday we were talking about other things from like 3.5 years ago. What is the Stream Deck you speak of?
The Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is a handheld console. It's been out for a few weeks now. Technically, it's been out, but it's a weird rollout because what's happening is they had people sign on to pre-order, but it was really a way to put people in line. And then they're rolling them out a little bit at a time. So some people in different groups, so they have a Q1, a Q2, now they're in Q2. I'm one of the guys in Q2. You're supposed to get an email. When you get that email, you buy it. But anyways, that said, there is a user that already had theirs, and they're a YouTuber by the name of Fox. They actually went in and tweaked some settings on the Steam Deck to be able to gain more battery life out of it. So one of the nice things about the Steam Deck is the nice thing about it is that it can play games at 60 hertz. It can play like really nice PC games at like medium to high settings. And with some tweaking, you could potentially get that even higher. But when you're doing something like that, you just chew away through the battery. So what he ended up doing was find a way to tweak it so that he was running the system at 40 hertz. A little better than 30, much less than 60, therefore adding at least a couple of hours of gameplay when playing, what game was it that he was playing?
Some game.
Sekiro or something like that. Yeah, Sekiro.
Here's what really matters.
Yeah.
I appreciate, okay, so first of all, 2 point. You're absolutely right. I already love the fact the Steam Deck is I won't say hackable per se, but you can certainly
open-ish?
get in there. Yes, open-ish.
Yeah,
You can
open-ish.
get in there. You can get in there and do some tweaking and some adjusting, and do what you want to do in there to some degree. I'll even go a little bit stuff further on that front and talk about the fact that I love the fact that they have already released videos saying, here's how you open it up and replace a Joy-Con, or a joystick or something like that. But we really, 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 really do not recommend you do this.
Yes.
Well, we'll show you how to do it anyway. That right there, it kind of gives me a mixed message, and I will say right now, this could easily dovetail into a whole conversation to be had some other point here.
Oh yeah.
But a big topic that, strangely enough, we talked about in one of our last episodes, which was, again, what, 3.5, 4 years?
4 years, 4+ years ago.
Yeah, 4+ years ago, was the whole right to repair.
Oh.
Remember that conversation from 4 years ago? Yeah, it's still a thing. And they're doing a really good job of trying to kind of skirt that by saying, we're not saying you can't repair this. We'll even have shit available for you. Supposedly, there's rumor of they'll actually partner with iFixit to provide the items you need to repair commonly failed things. But then they go and put out a video out saying, here's how you can do it. You shouldn't do it. It's really tough. You can fuck things up. But here's how you do it. Look, we're being compliant. Please love us. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I have high hopes for this. I do generally hope, because this is so. First of all, in case somehow, again, head under a rock or something, handheld full Windows gaming devices are not. This is not the first of its kind. This is not the first of this era. There are plenty of other ones out there.
Yeah.
But this one has the literal force of a major company with a lot of funds behind it, and not only that, but a purpose behind it. Because it's not just a, hey, let's make a playable device that people can buy to play games they happen to get from wherever. This is literally we are a company that provides games to you.
Yeah.
And now we're going to give you another means to make it more accessible.
Basically, you don't need to go and buy games, because if you've already been buying games on their platform, you can play them on this. Mind you, not every single game is compatible, or not every single game will run properly. And they have a website that actually lists out which are more playable or which are less playable, but it's a mixed bag.
Yes. Now, I don't want to get a speculation. I don't want to draw this out any longer. I have to.
Okay.
But there has also been talk about the prowess that it has. And more so, there's already talk about a Generation 2 and some of the theoretical specs that could happen. And again, especially with the Silicon Crisis and everything else, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. But the one thing that I heard that makes me just a little bit giddy is the notion of taking a Steam Deck and hooking it to a VR system.
Oh,
say like an Index.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. A portable VR system.
Hey, and I like VR, which we'll talk about a little more in just a little bit here, because something I have gotten into since we had a little bit of a hiatus. That said, before we go diving into the second half of things here, there's one other thing I do want to talk about, which is, again, the Silicon Crisis situation. Luckily for us, graphics cards are in fact actually returning to shelves, and the prices are finally starting to fall. Sort of. Kind of, maybe.
Kind of. No, it's true, though. I'll tell you this. I walked into, last weekend, I think, Canada Computers, one of the stores or retailers here, pretty big on the East Coast. And finally, I saw GPUs on the shelf. I was like, oh my God, that's great. But they're still they're still high priced.
Shocking.
No,
I'm shocked by
some
this.
of them were over the $2,000 mark Canadian.
Oh my God. I don't even, at this point, I don't even fucking remember what normal was for a high end.
I know.
I mean, that said, like, there's back in the day when you we're talking back in the day, like, oh yeah, back when I had a 380 Ti, and I'm sorry, it's not Ti, it's a tie.
A tie?
Yeah, a tie, not a Ti. We don't say Ti, we say tie because it's titanium.
Oh, tie. I got you.
God, that's a whole nother. Man, when they made that, anyways.
Rat hole. I never even heard that.
We need a little rat hole button here. Oh yeah, one of Nvidia's announcement things, some guy was announcing something about the I forget which series, but it was the Ti version of it. He called it a tie, and everybody lost their shit because up until then we've all called it a Ti.
Yeah,
you got the GT, you got the GTX, you have the Ti.
Ti.
Now, no, it's a tie.
It's a tie. Gosh.
Oh my God! Why would you do that? Anyways, I digress. But yeah, so supposedly they're coming back on shelves. Supposedly prices are dropping. Let's be honest here. We're still having a silicon issue. And on top of that, the price of GPUs is they can suggest prices. That's what MSRP is a manufacturer's suggested price point.
Price, yeah.
Yeah. The reality is it really just comes down to if you are able to somehow get enough silicon to pump a bunch of these out more than the scalpers can absorb, then there's a hope in hell to actually get prices down. Until then, we keep dropping a little bit out here and there. The scalpers can all snack up and then raise prices on. The prices are going to be where the hell they're going to be. It just is what it is, and their notion of we're gonna make it okay because we're gonna make processors that are just for Bitcoin farming and they cannot be used for gaming and vice versa. That didn't help.
That didn't work. Yeah, but you know what? You could just buy a PS5. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not going there.
They're super hard to find. I'm looking for another one.
Not going there.
All right. Sweet.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I think that's the news.
As meandering as it was.
All right. At this point, I guess we can kind of transition into a main topic. We'll talk a little bit about us. Let me. We'll be right back. One second. And we're back.
I didn't get a chance to go to the bathroom, man. Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it.
You could just go. Don't you have an empty cup or something?
Distract them. Hold on.
Hi, guys. Look at this.
Look over here.
Jazz hands.
Handheads. Oh.
Oh, God.
Anyways, hey, so main topic tonight is actually going to be about us because nothing more narcissistic than talking about us, right? No, actually, me and Kirrok talked, and there was I kind of did want to wax poetic about the silicon shortage, and a whole bunch of stuff. Then we kind of realized that we got a whole lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So we kind of figured that maybe it'd be a good opportunity for us to have a good time with you guys and actually talk for a little bit and catch up. So, first of all, before we get into this, I do want to remind people who are on with us tonight on Twitch. The reason why we transitioned to Twitch was so that we can actually have live conversations and banter back and forth with you. So please, by all means, Walden Lady, everybody, feel free to chat with us and to give your peace of mind on things like this. And we will try to pick you up in the conversation here. So do not be shy about this. But let's go ahead and Kirrok, I'm going to ask for you to go ahead and do me a huge favor and pull up the Bottle Rocket Gaming YouTube website.
You got that? Give me 2 seconds.
So here's Dealio, guys. As some of you may know, I know Walden knows. We started I started the podcast. Oh Christ! It was like 2012, 2013.
The podcast? I'm not sure. All I remember is I joined in around 2016.
Okay, so it's somewhere back there a good ways. Anyways, it was a long time ago, and I had a lot of fun starting it off and getting into it, and we did quite a few episodes actually. I did 129 episodes in all. And during kind of the later end of that, we started incorporating other new shows into the feed, so to speak. So we had Sequel Syndrome and Defective Discourse. We actually had plans for other things as well, but unfortunately, at the time, life was getting very challenging for both of us. I'll let Kirok share whatever he wants to share, but for me personally,
Yeah.
I had 4 kids and a life I was trying to take care of, and a house I was trying to keep up, and there were other challenges going on in my life, so to speak. It just got to a point where something had to give, and unfortunately, as we all know, the hobby things are usually the first things to go. And this, up until then was still just a hobby. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to make money off of this, but the fact of the matter is we do this for fun, not for
yeah, exactly.
So it had to go. Unfortunately, it pained me greatly. If you ever want to know more about that, I'm sure we talk about it quite a bit in our
goodbye
episode, which I have not watched again just because I don't think I can handle it right now. But the long story short of it is a lot of things have come up in our lives, and me and Kirok have kept in touch. Obviously, we talk all the time, game together a little bit.
On, yeah.
And we decided that we kind of had a little hole in our hearts when it came to doing stuff together, and we kept kind of joking around and flirting with each other when it came to the podcast, and finally just kind of said, "Fark it, why not?" And from my side of things, my life is still very interesting. Again, I will certainly tell you more about that. But part of that interesting is my life has freed up a bit. I have a little more me time to be had here, less complications and less obligations. So I said, you know what the hell? We had a lot of fun doing this, and I kind of wanted to get back into it. So that spawned the talk, and we started doing the jibber jabbers and all that, and here we are. Getting back into it. So
it's funny because we were just chatting a bit about it. I think it was in December, and we were mostly reminiscing about it, going, I remember, yeah, it was fun. It was hard work, but it was fun. And then we just chatted a bit more, and then we said, is there something here?
There might be. Yeah, I don't know. But in all seriousness, it was a labor of love that we desperately missed and wanted to kind of get back into. So I kind of bring this up and wanted to be able to talk to you guys about it a little bit, because our hope is that we can revive this podcast and start getting people interested again, have fun with it. I will apologize up front. I know this episode right now is a little bit rough or on the edges. You can see, speaking of edges here, you can see this wonderful setup I got here. I'm actually at my girlfriend's house right now, kind of just doing a down and dirty setup because things did not land the way I was hoping they would. But we're going to get things sorted. I'm going to get better lighting and whatnot. But our plans are to try to get back up to, the same low quality level that we were before, and maybe even surpass that and get a little higher. But our intentions are the same as they were before. What we really want to do is we really want to have fun. First of all, that's always, paramount for us. Is me and Kirk are here to have a good time. We want to have people on with us. So we're going to have guests on. We're going to have followers on. We're going to have other people in the gaming and tech world on with us. My hope, my dream would be to get to a point where we become popular enough that we can do promotional things like fundraisers for nonprofit groups and help them out. I would love to be able to do that, to get to a point where we can actually raise a few $100s for some different nonprofit groups wherever we can. That would be a wonderful dream to achieve. We can get a small following people, and we'll start getting people to donate to these funds or whatnot. That would be super stellar. So I don't know. Am I missing anything on that front, Kirok?
No, I mean, you pretty much hit everything, the whole thing on the head, the nail on the head. And what I mean is, I remember back. It had to be 2016 because in 2016 I got my VR headset and I talked about it in one of our episodes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I remember watching
2018, July 2018 was the goodbye
18.
episode.
No, but
When you
I'm talking
started.
about
That was
when I came on because you had been doing the podcast for a long time.
Yep.
And I remember sitting there watching the episode where you're like, "Hey, anybody who wants to kind of be a part of this or join in or whatever." And that was like I was sitting there going, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Why not? Let's reach out." And I think by that time we knew of each other. That's why I was watching your podcasts. I just don't remember how it was that we knew of each other.
KirrokCraft.
Oh yes, KirrokCraft. That's right. My goodness. Actually, I've actually been in contact with Cranky too a little bit, every now and then, off and on.
2015, by the way, 12/27/2015.
2015
was 6 years ago. That was when I did the first podcast, me by myself,
oh
in my
wow.
little office. Which was funny because I remember when we were talking about that, I happened to look back and see that, and that we had just spontaneously started talking about reviving this right around the same time. It was the end of December when we started talking about it. I'm like, holy shit, it's almost been 6 years.
Yeah, man. And so, I mean, the rest is history. I came on, we did what, 2.5 years together? We did like at least two New Year's and Christmas specials and stuff like that where we did predictions. By the way, my prediction of the Switch Pro still stands.
Still waiting for that, huh?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. Yep. I am. I literally predicted it at the end of the year. They just released the Switch, right? Yeah. So here's the thing. Once we stopped, and as you mentioned, things were going on with you. I mean, I could have kept going, but I was at a point where I didn't realize that if I had continued, I probably would have had to stop myself. Many of you, some of you may know this, many of you may not, and that is my mom was sick. You remember. She had ALS, and we stopped in 2018. And then about a year later, it was in March, actually. So it's been about 3 years now. And my mom passed away from ALS. And that changed a lot of stuff. If I was doing the podcast with you, I probably would have had to stop. Right. And so it was a tough time. Don't get me wrong. It's a loved one, obviously. My mother, still, I miss her. I love her. But things have gone on. Life has moved on. And for this, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's something I can do. And our plan, I think, is to do this like every week, like we did before, every Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, right? Well, every Friday.
Pretty much, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Before we get to that, there's a couple of things I want. I'm a very open, upfront kind of person. I do want to say, first of all, even though I never even met your mom, Kirrok, you know how much love I had, so I was pained to hear that.
Every time we ended a podcast, when she was already sick, right? You would always say, "Give Mama Kirrok a hug."
Yep. Love talking about her. I'm going to very much miss her in that regard. So, a lot of things have happened, and this is one of the things. Again, open book. Understand. When I had to end the podcast, I was already having problems kind of keeping up with my life because there's a lot to do. I was in a house that technically wasn't my house. It was my ex-mother-in-law's home that we lived in with her. And we had a lot of things to try to do. Again, 4 kids. And at that point we had, I had a marriage that I'd been in for, I don't know, 14 years, somewhere in there. That was starting to get stressed. I mean, 12 years like that. But it was starting to have, cracks here and there. Yeah. But anyways, a lot of things had gone on, and I couldn't keep up there. That's why I had to put the podcast down because I could not keep up with it anymore. And unfortunately, that meant walking away from everything, including defensive discourse and things like that. Things that I had helped have some kind of genesis and didn't have a chance to really follow along with. And that pained me greatly. And fortunately, in a lot of ways, things came up in my life, and unfortunately, that relationship dissolved, and it was very amicable, but it gave me a couple of years of time to reflect and whatnot.
Right.
I got to have a bit of a transitional period, which again, it's like you were saying with mom. Had I not quit the podcast before then, it would have been right out by that point. I tell you. I actually in the disillusion of that relationship, because the home that we were living in is again the home of my ex mother-in-law's. Obviously, I was the one that got to move out, and I have 4 kids to have to support, and paying child support for 4 kids, and then also paying California Bay Area level rent wasn't going to happen together with any kind of sense. So I actually did a rather extreme change in life. I actually bought a RV, a 32-foot long Class C RV, and transitioned to a mobile lifestyle. And I have taken a few trips with it and do a lot of urban camping, if you will, and have been living like that for 2 years now. And it's been a very interesting adventure. It's been very fun in some ways and challenging in others. I've done a lot of work on it. But again, these are all things that just I could not have done the podcast. So one way or the other, the podcast would have gone away. And I feel like had it gone away later like that, because of most of my life and yours, I almost feel like it would have left a sour taste in our mouths, and we probably not gotten back to it. It seems like, So I'm glad that the podcast ending wasn't part of those other
I know what you mean.
issues.
Yep. But the thing is I was at a point, just so you know, Warped. I was at a point where I was thinking, now it'll never happen again. But every once in a while, you'd be like, "Hey, man, I just want to play a game. Let's play a game." And I remember you, me, and Yankee Vader playing Bridge Crew in virtual reality. Freaking amazing, And yes. I get it. It's a matter of being together, doing something fun, and enjoying it. And so I was super thrilled when we started literally talking about it. A little scared, still scared, but excited because I have to say that I look back at those 2 years that we 2.5 years that we pretty much put into the Bottle Rocket Gaming Podcast as a time that we as a team were creative. We had a lot of fun. We made friends. Team Chat Podcast, a few others like Des and Fox, which I have to touch base with them again, and some others as well. I'm excited, nervous, but happy, and I don't care.
so let's talk about that, because so here's the reasons why we kind of got away from things. In the time span of not doing the podcast, some things have changed. I'll be honest with you. I've been hanging around with Kirrok. I feel like Kirrok has kind of truggled on in the same Kirrok fashion, working for the same corporation.
Yes.
While he plays the same games, does the same streaming. I, on the other hand, have had a major life shift, and that major life shift is I got a VR system and started playing VR games. And I've gone through quite a few games, playing a little bit here and there. Beat Saber is a fixed thing in my life. I love Beat Saber to death. It is excellent. I'm still using the Generation 1 Vive headset because there's nothing that's really come out yet that's been really like pushing me to get something new yet. That said, I know there's going to be a lot more news about VR coming up in this year and the years coming, because it is finally starting to catch. And I say this a little bit tongue-in-cheek because it felt like I should have caught a long time ago. Yeah. But it is finally starting to catch, and there's a lot to that. That's definitely going to be, for sure, like a main topic for one of these podcasts.
Guaranteed.
But yeah, I agree with you, man. Playing Bridge Crew is fun. It kind of got the spark of wanting to be with people. But that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. So in the OG 2.0 podcast, some of the things we did that that I liked, that I want to bring into what we're calling 3.0, and that is having guests on especially from other podcasts, other gaming peoples, etc. Because it's always great to have another party with us to not only talk about the news, but talk about his main topics, and just basically have a chance to hang with people like we're talking about.
Yeah,
Whether it's playing Bridge Crew with Yankee and you and I, or waxing poetic with some of the other gaming nerds that are out there.
Yeah, you get new perspectives, different opinions on the same thing that you're interested in, and everybody can have a really good conversation about it.
Yep, I agree. So that's something I'm looking forward to. So that's some of the stuff we're going to be bringing back, is having guests on. The format, I'll be honest with you, a lot of consternation and back and forth me and Kirok have been how to move forward with the new podcast, how we're going to change things, what we're going to keep and what we're going to toss. And this is where we get into the whole, we welcome other people's input as well, especially for people who have watched us in the past, who watch us going forward. Let us know what your views are. If you remember the old days, or if you want to go back and watch some of the old episodes, let us know what things struck you as fun and funny, and what things were kind of like meh. And we'll try our best to try to get with times and be hip and cool, like us old people like to try to do now and then. But seriously, there's a lot of stuff I want to bring back, but there's a lot of new stuff I want to do, and I really want to have a lot of fun talking about these gaming topics, talking about technology and whatnot. Since I'm a tech nerd. Me and Kirok both are tech nerds.
Yeah, we are.
Both work in the tech sector. Matter of fact, my wonderful, beautiful, amazing girlfriend is also in the tech world, so I get to talk with her all the time about tech stuff and commiserate.
Nice.
It's a wonderful thing, and I love talking to people about it. So I look forward to being able to do a lot of stuff like that. To that end, this is very, very early on, so we're bringing the podcast back. But we'll see how this goes. We'll see what kind of time and effort we can put into it, and if things go well, if other people become interested and want to join us and have fun with it, I certainly do welcome it. I can easily follow the original architecture of this channel, if you will, and start bringing back some alternative shows. Me and Kirok have already talked about some other lighthearted shows that we can kind of bring up on this channel. Things that either are some new ideas we've had recently, or pulling up some old ideas we never got a chance to bring live, or even folding in old concepts that we're kind of re-envisioning. There's a lot of potential for a lot of new content and having fun with this again. So we're looking forward to that. There's also been some rudimentary conversation with not only Kirok here, but also with Yankee Vader, who, if you've been around for a while, you should know his name. He was kind of a critical part of the original Bob Rocket Gaming group. And between myself and Kirok and Yankee, we are officially, unofficially, officially the new founders of the revived BRG group. And there is talks about actually bringing back BRG as a gaming group, a place for people to come and chat and hang out and play games together, to be a gaming connection, so that people can get together and play on Minecraft or play on COD or do whatever they want to do together and do some gaming. So
that's awesome.
We can kind of revive that as well. So we'll see where things go. All of this does take a lot of effort, I won't lie. And my life right now is still in a very interesting turmoil, because I'm found somebody new in my life that I'm head over heels about, and we're starting to kind of get our sea legs, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's good, dude. I think we identified the best part of it, and that is we got to have fun. We're gonna do what we love doing in terms of tech gaming nerdy news, but we'll have fun.
Nerdy nerd.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Like I said, though, I'm actually really nervous. In fact, I just realized nobody would know this had this not come out of my mouth, but I'm going to say it anyway. I just made a mistake in the way I'm doing the whole set. Everybody's wondering, what did he do? I'm not going to tell you, though. I'll tell Warped after. I'll tell Warped, and then he's gonna be like if his hand could reach over from that side, he'd be like smack right across the back of my head. But that's okay. It's all about fun and learning. Now you're wondering, aren't you?
I am like scouring the visuals and looking at the checklist. I'm trying to figure it out.
No, it's unseen.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, good.
Very interesting.
But this is awesome. I am so happy to be doing this again with you, buddy.
Hey, you know what? To that end, my friend, and to everybody who's on tonight.
Lady M in chat. Spill, Kirok. So we did say we're recording this for YouTube, right?
Yeah. You didn't record, did you?
I didn't record. About halfway through, I realized that I hit the button.
Oh God.
So
figure that one out.
No, it's easy. It's easy. I got it already figured out. My head figured it out the second I noticed it. I'm going to download the video from Twitch, and I'm going to splice it in. So half of it's going to be in 720, the other half's going to be in 1080.
Get used to it, then kick them up. I like it. Anyways, hey, to that end, guys, I do want to say thank you again for a couple people joined us tonight. Thank you, Lady. Thank you, Walden. Listen, we're gonna have fun with this as always. We're not pro. We're not gonna be some like huge professional grade kind of thing. We are here to have a good time, and we really, 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 really want to have everybody involved. So cannot stress enough. This is gonna be a community. It always has been in the past, and we're going to make it a community again. So definitely make sure you are part of that community by joining us in every way you possibly can. And there are going to be a few ways you can do that. Now, again, we are just getting things kind of picked back up there. So a few things you can do. First things first, if you come across this, my recommendation to you is go ahead and follow us on Twitch. Because we do this.
Should I switch to wrap up? Because we're still on main topic.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. 2 seconds, guys.
It's called a segue.
Aha! Oh my gosh.
Oh. Come on, man. You gotta keep up with these, man.
Hey, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So here's Twitch. Go ahead. You were saying. Look, hey, it's us.
So, anyways, guys, a few things here. Everything's ramped up here. Due to some complications with Twitch support, because Twitch support is a bunch of useless assholes, we could not get back into the original Bottle Rocket Gaming Twitch site. Unfortunately, they basically told me to go pound sand, and then at some random point, that channel, due to lack of use, will just drop and open back up the name that we can re-grab it again if we want to. This is why we have a new one, which is the Bottle Rocket Gamecast instead of Bottle Rocket Gaming. So please feel free to go ahead and follow on this channel. We are going to be doing this. The plan is every week, Friday night at 7 Pacific, 10 East, which that's 10 o'clock Kirok time.
Yeah, KST.
We're talking Kirok time. We get very confused. Anyways, 7 p.m. On the Pacific side, and then 10 on the East side. So if you guys want to join us for the evening on a Friday night, feel free to join us. We're going to be doing, hopefully, again, this weekly here. We'll see what happens in the future. We're still getting our sea legs about, so things may change a little bit. But that's kind of the target goal here. Likewise, we will, as Kirok has omitted, we are going to be uploading all of our content to our YouTube channel. Luckily for me, I got our YouTube channel for Bottle Rocket way back before there's a lot of conditions and restrictions and whatnot. So it is an unrestricted channel that actually has its own sub, which is going to be the youtube.com/Bottle Rocket Gaming. So you can actually find us on YouTube there and follow if you'd like. We do have some other things too. We're wrapping up. I do have a Twitch channel that I'm trying to remember to start posting to. So if you want to go to Bottle Rocket GM, you can do that. And follow us there. I do try to make a point to post there randomly some fun things. I believe Kirok's got some blasts to go out for it as well, so you know that when we're jumping on. We will start ramping up other things as well, get all the newfangled stuff like the Instagrams and the whatnots all the kids use. We are going to start trying to be a little more.
Wait, TikTok?
Oh, my dear God, Kirok.
No, I'm not. No.
I'm going to kick you in your TikTok. I swear to God.
Hey, will it get 1 million views? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Not going there. Not going there. Anyways, guys, we do have a Discord channel that you're welcome to run over to. Again, it's kind of dormant. We're just getting things ramped up here, but please feel free to go ahead and join us on Discord if you like. We'll start jibber jabbering there a little more, and I guarantee if anybody happens to say hi there, we're all gonna jump in and say hi back just because that's the kind of people we are. So feel free to say hi, and we'll kind of go from there. Likewise, if people want to get involved, let us know. We have no idea where things are gonna go, so we'll just kind of go from there. What happened to my video?
Yeah, I clicked something.
Oh, way to go, Kirok. Oh my God.
Is it fixed or no?
Are you telling me how many fingers am I holding up?
1. There we go. It's fixed.
1.
It's fixed. I got it quick.
Anyways, guys, hey, thank you again so much for joining us. It makes it a lot more special when people say hi. We always appreciate that. I'm really hoping to see more. Tell a friend, tell a family.
Zez is in chat. He's
oh my God.
He says Kirok is trying to get rid of Warped already.
So now Zez finally shows up. We're saying goodbye, and Zez finally shows up. What the
Hi,
hell?
Zez.
Anyways, oh my God, I'm looking forward to this. Again, please forgive us our rough start here and getting used to it. We'll get back in the groove of things. We hope to make this very fun, exciting, and interesting for everybody here. I really do hope that we can revive this, have a lot of fun with it, because I've had a lot of fun in the past. It was a real joy to do. I love getting a chance to meet new people, and just have a good time with it. So to that end, guys, and to Kirok, of course, it has been an absolute tickle. I'm looking forward to this. And hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it again next week.
We'll do it again next week. All right, buddy. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm so excited. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
All right. Bye for now.
Oh, shit.